I obviously I use it all the time because it's like it just helps me. It's a bi-directional conversation. And I just want to know, like, truly, what are you thinking? What are your expectations? And it helps me just refocus on them and their child. That is person. It just kind of puts the person at the center front of the conversation. So P is perception. What do they understand? What have they been told about what's going on with the medical situation at hand? E is to explore who the person is prior to this incident, whether it's the hospitalization, whether it's the diagnosis, whatever the issue is at hand. And then R is relate. So we relate the diagnosis, the hospitalization to who the person is as the parent, the family has defined during that explorer stage. So we just relate what is going on in the words of who, and it's using those kind of like open-ended phrases, I wonder, things that we've learned, right? And after we relate the current diagnosis, the medical situation to who that person is, then you ask S, sources of worry. What concerns you about what we just talked about? And sometimes when, you hear those late in the bone, and oftentimes like, well, I want a cure, or I want, you kind of get some of those stuck, like those emotional leanings, like, I want a miracle, things like that. I think it's also, and I don't think we do this a lot, especially in pediatrics, we don't feel comfortable stating what the medical team is worried about and what our concern is. And I think this allows for that space. And so source of worry can also be kind of what the medical team is concerned about, what our worries are. And I think that also helps with that bi-directional conversation. And that's S, sources of worry. And then O is kind of outlining next steps. Well, whether it's a time-limited trial, let's continue to do what we're doing, whatever O comes out of the previous steps, we do that. And then N is notify, who needs to know kind of what that